Hello everyone, TimeToGrind here, and today I wanted to talk about Storybook Brawl. And Storybook Brawl is my newest Autochess addiction. I don't know why I get absolutely hooked on these games, but regardless, Storybook Brawl is my newest game to keep me up till 5 in the morning, telling myself I'm only going to play one more match and then I end up playing like 8. So if you've ever played Hearthstone Battlegrounds, this game plays very similar to that, while making several changes that make the game feel so much more fun and fair to play compared to Hearthstone's take on the auto chess genre. So the game starts out offering you one of 4 different heroes. The first 2 will always be free, containing one character you own and then one character from the free rotation of heroes, and then there will be 2 characters that you may not own that you can get with in-game currency that I will touch on later. And each character has a different ability that makes them play slightly different from each other. So one could give all of your support characters an additional +2/+1, or one could double the abilities of your level 2 and 3 treasures, or ones that do super unique things like making it where when your first character dies each turn, you get to summon one of your extra characters from your hand. And there's over 30 different heroes in the game, and it does make each game you play feel slightly different because you're going to constantly be trying to get slightly different strats and builds depending on what your hero is. And so after everyone has selected their heroes, everyone starts the game with 2 gold they can spend, and all of the starting minions are level 2, so they only cost 2 gold. And there is a huge variety of minions you can buy. Each minion, beyond having unique effects or powers, will also belong to certain factions. So you have a ton of dwarves, or evil characters, or good characters, or animals, princes, princesses, and all these different factions of characters tend to synergize with each other. So dwarves end up buffing each other, and there's an evil character that gets a +1/+1 permanently every time one of your dwarf characters dies. So if you can get her and a ton of dwarves early on, you'll have a really solid build. There's a lot of different strats with evil characters, as a lot of them have a slay ability that triggers every time they attack and get a kill, so if you can start snowballing them early in the game, you can get really powerful. And beyond each of these faction synergies and strats, each individual character is so unique. There are some that are ranged and don't take damage when attacking. There's support characters that you can put in the back line, which the game actually has, and they'll buff characters in front of them. There's a ton of really unique characters as well, like Humpty Dumpty, that is super strong early on. He's a 6/6 for 2 gold, but whenever he dies, the character is gone forever. It can't be put back together again. And the charm in this game is amazing because it's obviously based on different stories and myths, and it's pretty cool to have heroes like Loki and Krampus come together in one game. And so after time runs out for everyone buying their characters, you're matched up against one of the 7 opponents you are facing, and your characters will take turns attacking random other characters. Though what I love that this game does that sets it apart from Hearthstone Battlegrounds is that it has a back row, and your characters start attacking from left to right in the top row, and they only attack enemies in the front row. So normally, unless your enemies have flying characters, your backline is safe until your front line has completely gotten taken out. And that's really cool because it takes some of the extremely frustrating RNG out of Hearthstone Battlegrounds, as you can put some of your crucial heroes in the back to try to buy them some time each round. And whoever wins deals damage based on your hero level, plus how many characters you had surviving and how many of them were upgraded to the enemy hero. And each round, everyone gets 1 more gold than the previous rounds, up to 12 gold. And you slowly level up on your own as well. You can't actually, pay any of the money to level up faster like some other auto chess games. And like other auto chess games though, as you level up, you'll slowly start to be able to find even higher rarity units that cost more and more gold, and if you end up getting 3 of the same character, they all combine into an upgraded version that's super powerful. And also something unique to this game is that every time you upgrade a character, you get to choose a treasure based on what level the character was that you upgraded. And these can be some huge build defining passives, especially later in the game, and you can have up to 3 treasures at once. So if you want more than that, you'll have to replace one that you already had. Though I do wish if you chose to replace something and then you look at your, original treasures and you don't actually want to replace it, I wish you could cancel, because currently you can't, but either way, it's still a really cool system. And the last big thing separating this game from its competition is its spells. So in every shop, there'll always be one random spell, and you can only buy buy one spell per turn, and they have crazy different effects like giving your characters extra stats or giving you some extra XP so you're further ahead than your enemies and more. And this adds a whole other level of depth to the game that I absolutely love because, do you want to invest more in getting your, characters leveled up, or do you want to constantly be casting spells to allow you to, win the rounds a bit easier? And I think overall one of the biggest things I love about the game is that it's not afraid to do extremely unique things. Like I said earlier, a lot of the units have very unique abilities, and same goes with the heroes. Like there's a hero named Loki that every turn, instead of being able to buy spells, he just randomly casts a spell, which can be really good but also really bad, so he's definitely a heavy RNG character. But the biggest thing that happened when, of course, I wasn't recording was I got this super cool combo that allowed me to get a tier 7 treasure, which you normally can't obtain since there aren't tier 7 heroes, and one of them buffed my entire board and said whoever won this game got extra out of game currency, which I thought was freaking hilarious as it broke the fourth wall a bit. And I ended up getting my first ever win in that game, and it was just such a specific and cool interaction. It gave me a moment that I won't forget about for a while, and sometimes it's hard for games nowadays to give me moments like that. And so overall, this game has had me absolutely addicted, and I've been playing on my laptop, been playing on my phone using the Steam Link app, and more, and I love every aspect about the game except one, and that is its payment model. Overall, it's not the worst thing ever, but I'm not going to lie, it is pretty grindy. So you have two main currencies in the game. The first is your fairy dust, which you earn in game and you can use to buy heroes, and then you have these gems that you get with real money. The thing is though, is that you only earn on average like 50 to 100 fairy dust for wins per match. I mean, you get an extra 200 on your first win a day, but it takes 4,000 dust to unlock a new character. So that is an insane amount of time. And the game is free, so I expect that no problem, but even if you want to buy new heroes with real money, it costs $7.50 per hero, and there's over 30 heroes in this game. So I bought the $5 supporter pack that let me get like 3 new heroes and everything, but after I spent all of that currency that I got, just buying the 3 or 4 heroes, I still haven't earned enough currency to buy a single character in the 15 hours of gameplay since I started. There's also some cosmetics that have been added to the game that are equally, if not more, outrageously priced, which I'm okay with because they're cosmetics, but I think the overall pricing of gameplay changing heroes is way too high and grindy. I get it's a free-to-play game and it's an indie game, and I don't think it's something that will be changed, but it's just something that I wanted to let you guys all know. I still think this game is 100% worth it, and it is a game that I'm going to be continuing playing, and it did just launch recently in early access, and it kind of blew up a little bit, so I'm really excited to see how the game gets updated from here, hopefully addressing some of the, kind of grindiness issues that I have with it. And if you also want to see what some full matches of the game look like, definitely check out my Let's Play I made of the game when I first, actually tried it out. And if you enjoyed this video, then consider subscribing and ringing that bell like all the big boy YouTubers say to be notified when more reviews and Let's Plays come out. And if you're going to be grinding out some Storybook Brawl, then I wish you guys luck and see you all next time.